Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people, and happy Tuesday. I hope you are all feeling good, staying grounded, and ready to receive something uplifting today. How are you doing? I am excited. As always, I am always excited to be here, and I'm very thankful for all of you for being here, for joining me, for sharing your morning with me. And I want to thank you for joining the Tuesday Talk, a space where we can reset, we focus, and remind ourselves of the greatness that lives within us. Can you feel the greatness you have inside of you? Can you feel the power you have inside of you? Can you feel the love you have inside of you? Well, today's theme is simple. It's simple but powerful. Why is it powerful? Because we're going to be talking about the power of starting. This week is the program coordinator, administrators, and program managers Wellness Week. This is something that was started by two of my colleagues, Juliet Arthur and Keno Williams. Now, they are both doctors. They recently defended their thesis. So, the work that we do as program administrators, we manage GME residents who come from around the world to become future doctors. So, this is the work that we do. We make sure they stay compliant. We make sure they have the training they need for them to move forward into the world. So there's a lot of small details, but there's a lot of big things that we have to do because our primary job is to keep the program in compliance so we can keep our accreditation, so we don't have any citation, there's no issue, that everything is running smoothly. So every day we get to manage a different group, a group of people from different backgrounds, depending on the size of your program. Now, I am very thankful because I have a small program, but for most people, it's not really a small program because when you have 18 residents, 18 different personalities, and you have faculties, you have the administration, you have the internal institutions, you have external institutions. So there's a lot of things that goes into that. There's so many details. So due to that matter, they started a program administrators, coordinators, managers Wellness Week, because we talk about being burned out when we have to carry the load of so many people, being responsible for so many people, and excuse me, when you have residents who's dealing with family issue, who's dealing with personal issue, who's dealing with professional issue, and you have to handle and manage all of that, when you have to deal with disciplinary matters, when you have to deal with institutional issue, external issue, internal issue, all type of issue, sometimes you can get burned out. So for that, they started the program administrators, coordinator, whatever they want to call us, Wellness Week. So yesterday was our first kickoff day, and we were there, we were talking, and Dr. Williams Keno, my colleague, was sharing how he went about completing his doctorate, the challenge that he faced, the things that he needed to do, and how he felt like he was on cloud nine after he completed, after he defended his thesis. So it all started for him on a Sunday morning. He shared at 2 a.m. that he was just in bed and he woke up and he said, Keno, you need to go complete your doctorate degree. And he woke up and he started thinking about it, called his colleague Juliet, and both of them came together. And then the power of having somebody to hold you accountable, right? And then both of them decided they were going to do it together. So, but Juliet shared that she always put it off and said, I'll do it. And because Keno called her and shared that he wanted to complete his doctorate degree, they both came together as one and went to Touro University and signed up to complete their masters. So we're gonna be talking about the power of starting up. And as I was sitting there, a little fire started to burn inside of me. I'm like, Shirley, I know you're doing so many great things, but you're doing so many amazing things. But there's one thing that you need to finish. You need to go and complete that master's you started. You're only a few credits shy. Why aren't you finishing it up? And I'm like, yeah. And wait, the institution I work for give you one free class, because I work for a medical school. They have a school with a MPH program. They have a school with what's the other program, Masters in Health Administration, and this is what I was studying at first. This is the one I'm very close, few credits shy to complete, Masters in Health Administration. But now I think I'm gonna switch it up to Masters in Public Health, because this is what I'm doing. Right? This is what I'm doing. So I'm like, girl, you need to go. Because I started the application, and then I started doing other things, and then I left the application. They reached out to me. I'm like, I don't have time for these people. They bugging me. They bothering me. I don't have time to do all of that they're asking me to do right now, because I have bigger things that I'm doing. But completing that is important to me. So I started thinking, girl, you need to do this. So I went into my emails, sent in a message. I said, look, I need your help to reset my password in my account so I could get in there and complete that. Because, girl, you can. Because my goal is to complete my doctorate degree. This is one of my, I don't care if I'm 50, if I'm 60, I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. So today, I'm going to be intentional about going into the system, complete my application, because I stopped at the registrar office yesterday and he said, you don't need to come here. You got this. Why are you coming in here? Are you finding an excuse for you not to start? So just go and do it. I'm like, why is this guy talking to me like that? Do I look like I don't want to do it? He's like, no, you don't need an advisor. You don't need a counselor. You know what to do. Just go and complete the application and get it done. So the power of starting, that's why I'm like this morning, thank you, Lord, because God finds different ways to send messages to us, to tell us, hey, your star is so bright. It's shining, but it could be brighter. You are a bright star, but your star could shine and shine and shine, because there's so much more you can do. Do not limit yourself. Sometimes we are our own enemy. We set limitations on ourselves. We feel comfortable in the position that we're in, and we're like, no, I don't want to do anything else. I'm good where I am. I'm comfortable. But deep down inside, you have to see the fire burning in inside. Girl, you could do more. You could do more. You could do more, but you really don't want to hold yourself accountable. But you know what? I march up to people. I say, you know what? This is what I want to do. I want you to hold me accountable. And this is the power of having a coach. This is why it's important to have a coach, someone to coach you. And this is why it's important to have a mentor. And I was listening to this other young lady. She came into the institution. Keno is such a powerful mentor, right? Because he was her supervisor at the time, and when she started within the institution, she only had an associate degree. And it's like, girl, why aren't you going to school here? You get free tuition. You get one free course per semester, even if it takes you 5 years. Go start your degree. Then she went on and completed her bachelor's degree. That the adrenaline was up. She was excited. She went and completed a master's certificate. Then she went on and then completed a second bachelor's degree. And then she went on and completed her master's degree. The power of having a mentor, the power of having someone coaching you to make sure that you are doing what you're saying you need to do. Someone who's holding you accountable to make sure you stay on track. Okay, so how many of us have been feeling like we have been holding on to a dream? The dream is there. We're holding on to this dream. We're holding on to this goal. We're holding on to this idea. Why? Because we're always waiting for the perfect time. Is there any such thing? Is there a such thing as a perfect time? We're always waiting for the perfect time, for the perfect opportunity, while in the meantime, time is just slipping. Time is just passing. Time is just going and going and going. And then before you know it, time just went by. And you have not done anything, and you still have that dream. You're still holding on to that idea that you want to do this and you want to do that, but you're still waiting for the perfect opportunity, for the perfect plan, for the perfect energy, for the perfect support, the perfect version of yourself. Well, let me remind you. Let me remind you of this truth. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Let me say that to you again. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And this is written by Zig Ziglar. Okay, this is his quote. You don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. So listen, starting is the hardest part. Starting is the hardest part, but starting is also the most powerful part. Starting is the hardest part. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I've done that. I've completed my bachelor's. I've completed my associate degree. I have certifications. I've done medical assistant, and I have so many different certifications that I've done. SHRM certification, that certification, Microsoft, this and that. I'm always learning. I'm always growing. But the most important thing, and I did started my master's degree that I'm so close to complete, and then the pandemic happened, and then I stopped, and then I just never looked back. Because I'm like, well, I'm doing well. I have a great job. I'm doing things that are beyond measure. I'm doing all of this. Why do I need another degree? But guess what? I've always said to myself, if my employer is paying for me to go to school, I don't need to get a student loan, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm going to go to school and let them pay for my education. I completed my associate degree. At the time I worked for North Shore LIJ, $11.99, paid for all of it. I didn't have a dime. I didn't owe a dime, but you did have to. Well, they weren't so strict with the grade because it depends on the grade level that you get, then you get the tuition. But guess what? This girl was gonna get the full $100% reimbursement. So your girl was an A student to get that A money. Okay, and then when I went to Farmingdale, I make sure I stay on top of my grades. I make sure I did my work because I wanted my full tuition. I wanted all my money. I didn't want to pay anything out of my pocket. When my GPA dropped, it was because I was sick. I had my back surgery, and then I'm like, if I don't get an A, I'm one of those students. I think I shared that before. If I, I think I suffer with perfection issue before, but that I'm healed, okay? Because I don't have to be perfect. I learned that. I don't have to be perfect, but I do have to go when I do have to start so that I can be great, right? Because if I didn't get an A, I was like, oh my God, I would feel discouraged. I would feel sick. I would feel annoyed because I'm like, I'm an A student. I'm nothing but an A, so... But I will bounce back because I want that A money. I want my full 100% tuition. I don't want 75%. I don't want 50%. I don't want 25%. I want that A money. Even when I went to school, I studied my master's degree. My GPA is a 4.0 because this girl, she's not playing. She is not playing. When I get to school, I go to school, I am focused. I don't know if it makes a difference, if it means that I get a perfect job, if it means that people will care to. But I think now some jobs do ask for your college transcript, right? Although some people are saying that having a college degree is basically saying that you showed up for 4 years. But I think it's more than that. It's more than that. I did it for me. I didn't just show up for 4 years. I did it for me because I wanted to break the cycle in my family. I wanted to be a role model for my children. I wanted to be a role model for the people around me, right? I want to be a role model. I'm not perfect. I'm a work in progress. I am not perfect. I am a work in progress. I will make mistakes, but my mistakes, I'm not going to allow them to hold me down, to be astigmatism that stays over my head everywhere I go. Oh, she's that girl. No. If you want to stay there and talk about it, be my guest. But I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to be great. I'm going to excel. I'm going to be that shining star that God created me to be. So you don't have to be great to start. You do have to start for you to be great. Because we know starting is the hardest part. But once you start, baby, it is also the most powerful thing. So whatever it is that you have been putting on the side, whatever it is that you're dreaming about, I have dreams, I have vision, I have goals. And when I'm looking at my goals, my board, and I'm like, and now I'm going to be adding more things to that because there's so much more that I want to do. I want to go and get my certification as a licensed lifesaver instructor for me to teach a BLS, ACLS, whatever the S are, for me to have my own business teaching that. Because I've been in healthcare for over 20 years. My daughter's going to be 27. I started going to school before she turned 1. That's when I went to school and became a medical assistant. And then I haven't stopped. I have not stopped. Okay? I think I started going back to school in 2013. And ever since, I love school. I love educating myself. I enjoy because that's what gives me the power. My colleague was talking yesterday. Her having her doctorate degree have put her in places, in position that she never thought that she would be, have placed her in room that she never thought she'd be able to enter, have given her a voice at the table where she can make real changes. Sometimes we talk, well, education is just a piece of paper, but unfortunately, if you don't have that piece of paper, people look at you differently. So in some cases, it's important for you to have that piece of paper. That's why I made sure I told my children, I don't care what you do after your first 4 years, but the first 4 years of college, I want that piece of paper. Even if you finish, you hand it over to me, like my daughter Jelisa, because she's so sarcastic. After she graduated, John Jay, because she studied forensic science with a minor in correction, and she want to be a forensic psychologist, and she's getting ready now to go back to school because she was doing her field, she was getting her field training in order for her to sign up for her master's program. My daughter, she's so focused, she's so determined. I think she has some of my resilience. She's so determined. When we want something, we go after it. She's kind of like me. So now she said, Mom, I'm ready. I'm figuring she's getting her laptop repaired to go and sign up for her to go back, for her to complete her master's. And she's like, well, all I want is a car. I'm like, all you want is a car? But when my kids, they do good, they ask me for something, I give it to them. I don't just give them things because they feel like they own it, they're entitled to it. No, they earn it. Okay, they earn it. So let's be clear. You know, when you start, you activate faith. When you start, you disrupt fear. You know, once you start, because we're so afraid to start, but when you do start, you activate your faith. You activate faith that you believe, yes, I can do this. You'll find challenges. To be honest, there will be nights that you will cry. You'll be like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? But your faith, you activate it. Say, yes, I can do this. And then you disrupt the fear that makes you feel so scared, so afraid for you to start. And when you start, you open doors that stands. You open doors that standing could never unlock. And if you stand still, how many doors can you unlock? How many doors can you open? And good morning, I cannot see any messages. If anybody's, I don't know why, if anybody's writing or saying anything on the chat, for some reason I cannot see the chat. I don't know if the network, some issue, something with Facebook, I'm not sure. But anyone who's here on the Facebook, I say good morning to you and thank you for joining. So Let's get back. So when you start, you open doors, just like I was sharing my colleague Julia. It opens doors that if she didn't complete her doctorate degree, would have never opened for her. She could have stood still and never moved forward. The position that she has now, she probably would have never had it. The conversation she's able to have now, people would have never listened to her. But now they are willing to listen, to open the door and offer a seat at the table so she can speak and advocate for everyone else who are unable to sit at that table. You may be thinking, I don't have it all figured out. You're thinking, well, I don't have it all figured out. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know how to start. Find somebody who's done it already and ask them for advice. That's what I did. Kino and Juliet, they've been here. I'm like, how do I get this free money to pay for my tuition? How do I get it started? Start anyway. And as you start, you figure it out. And sometimes we say to ourselves, I'm not ready. What are you waiting for? Who really is ready? Who's really ready to start anything? When I had my kids, I was not ready to have kids. I was belly aching myself. I had my first daughter, I think I was 22. Yeah, because Shalisa is 20, at 21, about 21. When I had my first daughter, was I ready to be a mom? Was I prepared to be a mom? But I'm not encouraging anyone to go be a mom if you're not ready. But guess what? Thank God I did a daggone good job with my kids, and I'm proud of them. After a while, I was a single mom raising them. I did, thank God, with God's guidance, with the power above, I did a good job raising my kids. And now when I sit down and I rebuke any evil ears who's listening, who wants to go and attack them, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus, because my children are the children of God. But I was not ready for that. I had my kids. I could have chosen to not have them, but I don't believe in that, so I had my kids. And then the next thing we say to ourselves, what if I fail? It's okay. Even if you fail, get up. Keep going, keep pushing, keep fighting. Don't quit. We all fail. We all have struggles, but failing is building our character. When we fail at something, it's making us stronger. Don't quit. Don't say, oh, because I'm going to fail, I can do this, I cannot start, I'm not ready. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. The minute that you make the decision to start, you will see yourself growing. You will see yourself flourishing. Good morning, Frankie. Good morning. You will see yourself flourishing. You will see yourself growing. You will see yourself doing things that you could never imagine that you could have done. If someone would have told me today I would have been a global peace ambassador, sitting in a room with king, princes, presidents, making real decisions for the future, I would have been like, who am I? How am I going to get there? But God will always put someone on your path to open these doors for you, so you could be where He meant for you to be, for you to do the work that He needs you to do. So start anyway. Do not allow your fear to hold you back, for you to not be the great person that God created you to be. Start doing things. You see yourself growing. Just start anyway. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Let me say that to you again. Start where you are. Even if it's as simple as lifting this little pen and put it on the side. Start anyway. Use the tool that you have. Good morning. Good morning, Santos. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Mr. Frankie. Good morning. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. You know, start anyway. Your start doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes we think, one of the things I see people struggle with, because they seem to think they need to start up here. If your mother, your father didn't raise you with a golden platter, in a silver plate, or not even silver, a golden platter, if you're not one of those people who had it made for you, you have to start somewhere. Start and build yourself up. I didn't start at the top. I didn't have no godmother, no godfather. My father worked. He had no idea what I needed to do. All he said was to go to school. But could he advise me on what I needed to do at school? No. I had to figure it out myself. I had to start somewhere. Now looking back, and I said to myself, well, had I had somebody to advise me, to guide me, I would have went to school and became a nurse. But maybe being a nurse is not what God wanted for me. As I started to work as a medical assistant and I saw the different path to become a nurse, I decided that I was going to sign up and become a nurse. But guess what? As I went to school, the biggest mistake that I made, though, let me share that with you. I signed up to take anatomy and physiology in a summer session. Summer session, what do you call it? There's a terminology that they use for that. Like, it's a fast pace. You cannot learn anatomy and physiology like that in 4 weeks. I mean, some people did it, but it was rushed. It's like you had no life. You had nothing else going on. I bought those books. They were $300. And my professor, when he was talking, it was like he was speaking a whole different language. And I'm like, I didn't even realize nursing had so many math. Because he was writing all these things on the board. I love math. But this math he was doing, I had no idea. I was studying the anatomy part. I did great. The physiology part, it was kicking my tail. And I'm like, oh no, I can't do this. I went and dissected my pig. I still have the picture because I was so proud of that. And it wasn't the first time I dissected a pig. I was so proud of that. But I'm like, I don't want to be a nurse. I did my other class, biology class. I had an A, but the anatomy and physiology part was kicking my tail. The psychology part, I did great. And then I'm like, but I don't want to be a nurse. That's not what I want to do. So I dropped the nursing school and went back and completed my business administration because that's what I want to be. I want to be a business administrator. I want to be a business owner. And I'm not saying as a nurse you cannot own your business because there's so many things you could do as a nurse, right? But that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. But I needed to start somewhere. So I started. And here I am today. Your start doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. We just have to be realistic about what we're starting. Was it realistic to think that I wanted to be a nurse? Was it realistic to think that I can be a nurse? Of course I can be a nurse, but is that what I really wanted? Is that what I truly wanted to do? Was that truly my calling? You see, sometimes kids go to college, they just sign up for school. They have no idea what they want to do. But the important thing is they started. Even if they come out with a certificate or with a diploma that they never worked in that field, they started. They can always go back and do what they love. The key thing is to start, and it just has to be real. We have to be real. We have to be realistic. One of the things that I've noticed in the diplomacy world that I'm in now, people don't really want to have real conversation. They want you to butter things up. They want you to crush your things up. And I'm like, in order to have real changes, we need to have real conversation. And we also need to be honest with ourselves. We cannot continue to lie to ourselves and say we want changes. How are we going to have these changes if we cannot have honest conversations? We need to have this honest conversation. A whisper count. A baby step count. Hating go live as I do, it counts. When you're nervous, it counts. Guys, let me tell you, I speak on Facebook Live every day. I have people watching. I go up in the church speaking in front of people. I preach. I do so many different things. But whenever I do have to get in front of the crowd to speak, I do get this butterfly inside of me. I'm like, girl, what's wrong with you? Excuse me. You went to school. You study professional communication. You took public speaking class. Why you always gotta have these butterflies inside of you whenever you stand in front of a crowd to speak? And then as I speak, I may sound nervous, but as I began to speak, my confidence started to grow. It started to build up. And then guess what? I empower and take over the room. You just have to start. And as you start, you will build your confidence. You will find the true meaning of what you want to do. You will be like, okay, this is what I need to do. And then you just own it. That's why it's very powerful for you to start. It doesn't matter where you start. Now in New York City or New York State, Governor Hochul is paying for people to go learn a trade. Is paying for people to go to school to make sure they have enough people in certain areas. She's paying for that. And it goes all the way up to the age of 55, which means I'm not 55. I can go to school and have New York State pay for my tuition to learn even if a new trade. I want to go back and master this AI thing. I want to go back and do that. Yes. And have the New York State pay for my education. My daughter, Jalisa, she's very smart. When we moved to Georgia, she's like, I'm coming back to New York because by the time I'm done with school, I don't want any student loan. I'm going to go back. I'm not spending my own money for my education. She went back to New York and have New York State pay for her education. She completed her 4 years degree with a minor with 0 student loan. 0 student loan. So there are many opportunities out there. If you don't know what to do, walk into a college campus. Say, hey, I need some information. Walk into a trade school. Say, hey, I need some information. That's the first step. Get the information. Get started. The small steps counts. The whispers that count. The baby step that count. The hitting go live on whatever. If you want to be, I don't know what you want to be. Hit go live. And even if you get nervous, it doesn't matter. If somebody told me I'll be doing Facebook Live now, I wouldn't believe it because I'm like, I don't want people to judge me. I'm afraid. I'm scared. Guess what? It doesn't matter what you do. People are going to judge you. So let them. Let them. Hit that go live button. Walk into that college campus. Walk into that institution and say, I need a job. Put in your CV. Go back every day if you have to. Go to that trade school. Get the information and sign up. Whatever the steps that you need to do. The important thing is for you to start. Signing up for that class. Launching your vision. It all counts. It all counts. So today, So today, I have a call to action for you. So here's your challenge for today because we need to wrap up. Before the end of the day, I want you to start something. Whatever it is. Even if it's as simple as getting up, getting outside. Is hot today, but you could still do it. Even if it's as simple as getting up and going outside and taking a walk. Even if it's as simple as going to Home Depot, purchase some dirt and some seed and get a cup and just put that dirt and that seed in that cup and say you're going to water this every day to see what kind of beautiful flower you're going to have at the end. It doesn't matter what it is. Start something today. Whatever your fear is, you must let it go. Whatever you're scared of, you must let it go. That dream that you've been loving, you've been putting to sleep in the corner and say, I'm gonna have time. Get up today. That goal you have, write it down, put it on a piece of paper so you can see it. As I said, you see, I have my juicing plan on the wall in my office. Look at that. I have another copy on my desk and I have it in my house because I want to be reminded. I want to do this for my health. I want to take care of myself. Whatever it is you want to do, write it, put it on your computer, put it on your door, put it wherever that you can see it so that it can keep you accountable for you to get it done. So before the end of the day, I want you to start something. It could be small. It can be messy, whatever it is. It can be personal, but just start. Okay? Just start. So if you have something you're planning on starting today, I want you to drop it in the chat or drop in the comment that you're committing today. You're committing to today, big or small. Drop in the chat, say, I am committing to today. Whatever it is you're committing to, just say, I'm committed. Or write the word committed in the chat, big or small. So let's hold each other accountable. And that's why when I'm doing something, I like to come and share with you guys because I'm like, if I share with my public, they're waiting to see what the outcome is. It's the same thing. When I was going to Mexico, I asked you guys for support to donate to help me get there. And as I was there, I did the live video, I shared the live report, I did the live Facebook to show you guys I am doing exactly what I said that I'm going to do. And when we signed that declaration, I showed you guys this is the end product. This is why we all gathered here, all these leaders, to make this world changes. All of us are signing that declaration to send it to the United Nations for them to proofread it, to make sure everything is on point, because we're making corrections for the United Nations. Okay, that's what we're doing. And then from there, they're going to review it and send it back to Congress. We're doing important work, but we have to start. Let's hold each other accountable. Find someone who will hold you accountable. When you say you're going to do something, they're making sure that you do it. Because guess what? You are not waiting on a sign. You are the sign. Sometimes we say, I'm waiting for a sign. I'm waiting. Thank you, Frankie. I'm waiting for a sign. Guess what? You are the sign. And that's why yesterday after I left that meeting, I felt so excited, because I'm like, I just needed somebody to tell me that I can do it. I know what I need to do. I know how to do it. But sometimes we just need somebody to say, you can do it. And I'm telling you, you can do it. Whatever sign you are waiting for, you are that sign. And I know Frankie here, he has an amazing story. He has an amazing story. When they told him that he wouldn't be anybody, he couldn't be anything, that he should just go back and do a trade school or drop out of school, guess what? He stayed. And now today, I think he has 2 master's degrees, and he is studying to have his doctorate degree. So if Frankie can do it, we are from Haiti. We have this heavy accent. We were not born in this land, but if we can come here, we can do it. You can do it too. Whatever it is that you're waiting for, whatever the sign is, whatever you think is going to happen, you must take that first step in order for that to happen. If Frankie just stayed there and believed that he would never be anything, he would never be able to graduate college, do you think today he would have 2 master's degrees, if not 3, and studying to have his doctorate degree and being a professor in mathematics? Do you think he'll be able to do that? No. So, I'm encouraging you to take that step today and say you are committed. In closing, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. If this message sparks something in you, share it with someone else who need to start too. We know people who need to start, but they just need the motivation. So share this message with someone that need a little bit of motivation, that need a reminder that they can do it, that who's waiting for a sign so that they know they are that sign. And remember, the future belongs to the starters. The future belongs to the starters. Yes, not the perfect, not the prepared, just the bold enough to begin. Thank you, Frankie. Just the bold. You have to be bold. You cannot be afraid to fall. You cannot be afraid to fail. You cannot be afraid of the people who's going to judge you. You cannot be afraid of the naysayers. No, just start. Just get up. Go and start. Let's be bold together. Let's say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to commit to myself. I'm going to make a pledge to myself that I'm going to do it, that I'm going to start. I'm going to take that small step. And today I'm going to go back. I'm going to complete my application to go complete that MPH. Yes, because my job is paying for it. Why shouldn't I go? And you, now that I said it in the air, you guys will be holding me accountable. I'm asking you guys to hold me accountable so that I can do it. And I will hold you accountable. If you need somebody to help you, to coach you, to mentor you, to help you get there, call. I have a nonprofit organization, Society in Action. We can help you. We can mentor you. We can coach you. We can give you advice. We can connect you with the right people to help you move forward in whatever it is that you're doing. Okay? So again, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining this morning. And don't forget to share this Motivational Tuesday talk with someone. And I want to remind you to stay grounded, stay grateful, and most importantly, you must start. You have to start. because the future belongs to those who started. As I always end my talk, I want to remind you that Jesus loves you and Coach Shirley loves you. So I will be seeing you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for our Motivational Wednesday talk. All right? So be blessed and get started today. Be committed to something. Ciao until tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye. Be blessed.